Hi friends, happy winter. I have missed you. It has been a while since we have talked last. I say happy winter, but it hasn't necessarily been the happiest winter for me. I have been sick a lot, which is a big part of the reason why I have not been on here as often. Hi. Rosie says hi. Normally I try very hard to enjoy winter. I live in Michigan, so it is very gray and cold. And so I try to do lots of cozy things and decorate in the winter to make me happy. This season has not been that way. I've definitely been in more of a survival mode because I've been sick so much. Right now I'm on my second round of antibiotics, but eventually it will pass and I will feel better. But the point is, I think everybody's sick right now, and if you're not feeling well, I'm with you. Well, since I haven't been feeling well, I've been staying home a lot and doing lots of craft projects. I did get COVID during the winter, and it wasn't too bad. I had enough energy that I could do craft projects, so I wanted to focus on a lot of half-finished projects. If you're a crafter, you probably have some half-finished projects. I know I certainly do. So I really wanted to tackle those because in my rental home, I don't have a ton of space. I still have a lot, but it's like, I don't know, I have a lot smaller space than I used to because I used to live in a house that I had like a basement and everything. And so I don't have a lot of room for half-finished projects. So I just want to get those done so that I can enjoy them. I have 3 craft projects that I want to work on in this video. And the first one is going to be altering some clothes. These clothes have been just like gathering dust in my house and I'm not wearing them because they're like too big, they don't fit right, or they're half finished and they don't look the way I want them to. First, I have 2 thrifted skirts that I want to alter. The first one is a beautiful brown skirt that I absolutely love, but it is just too big around the waist for me. So I put elastic in the waistband in the back so that it gathers in the back, but it still looks flat from the front. And the nice thing about adding the elastic in the back is that it's way more comfortable to wear too, and it'll fit me whether I fluctuate in weight, either gaining it or losing it. And the second one is a brown corduroy skirt. It's at a very weird length, so I just wanted to shorten it a bit to be above the knee, which I did, and then I promptly forgot to film what it looks like at the end, so you just gotta trust me that it turned out great and it's above my knee. Then lastly, I bought a pink plain crew neck sweatshirt. The reason I bought it was because when I was on my solo New York City trip, I saw this guy walking around and he had a plain gray crew neck sweater, but it had like a vintage looking A patch sewn right on it, and I loved it. And then so being a big weirdo, I went up to him and I was like, I know this is so strange, but can I please take a picture of your sweater because I would love to recreate it. And he was very nice and he let me take a picture of it, which I will post. And I took that picture because in a previous flea market video this past summer, I found one of those patches. It was an A, if you could believe it. And I was like, oh, I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to use this patch. I didn't know what I was going to use it for. So I very carefully sewed the A on the sweatshirt. It turned out really great. I was so happy with it. And it was really fun that I got to like see a person wear something similar and be inspired by it. So what do you think of it? Well, in January, it snowed so much in Michigan, so I had to bundle up to throw out my compost and also to shovel the walkway. I like to keep this nice and clear for me, of course, but mostly for Blossom, who is the feral Siamese kitty that lives outside at my house and is the mom to my 2 kittens. Blossom loves living outdoors, and when we have brought her inside, she has been absolutely miserable. She makes herself sick, so she needs to be outside to be happy, and I love that for her. She does have access to a warm garage, and I like to keep this path really safe for her and nice and shoveled so that she can have access to her food and shelter, and also when she likes to go on her adventures. To help warm things up around here, I'm going to turn the oven on and make my own bread from this amazing recipe that I found on YouTube and I will link to it below. It's a no-knead bread recipe, and it was very, very easy, and that is coming from someone that, like, my experience of baking is normally just making box brownies, so it was quite easy. Since I've been sick a lot, I'm basically living off of soup, so I wanted to make some tasty bread to go with it. The soup that I always have on hand is pea soup, and whenever I make it, I double the recipe so that I can freeze Tupperwares of it and always have it on hand whenever I'm sick. It's my Oma and my mom's recipe. They both had separate recipes, and I kind of combined them into one. It is really delicious. It's pretty good for you too, because it's got tons of peas and it's got vegetables in it. So I will link to the recipe below if you want to try making pea soup yourself. Another project that I've been doing a lot lately is using this new marker set. I use these really fancy markers at a nature journaling event, and the fancy markers were just way too out of my price range, but I found these ones online and they're pretty cheap and I love them. In a previous flea market shopping video that I did this summer, I found these vintage color by number books, and they're so fun to color in with these markers. And then I also started following this watercolorist on Instagram, who I will link to below, and she showed me how to make this super cute bookshelf, and then you write on the spines of each book what book you've read in a year. And I used my markers instead of watercolor paints, and it turned out great. And I've also added little mushrooms and vintage mugs and Pyrex bowls to go on the shelf too, because it has to be a vintagey shelf. Then late at night, I've been enjoying my color by number books, and it's been a really soothing activity to do while I listen to audiobooks or while I watch TV. I'm thinking that I might frame them when I'm done. I do think that would look really cool in the end and would be just a really nice thing to remember this season of my life. I will link to some vintage color by number books below, and then also the marker set if you're looking for a new hobby. Well, we had tons of snowfall and freezing temperatures for a week, and then the next week we had record high temperatures, and then all the snow melted and it has been warm and sunny out. But I took this opportunity to start a load of laundry, and then I brought my work laptop outside to sit in the sun for a while to hopefully give my body a vitamin D boost, because apparently I really need it. I really love the view from here because you can see the lake in the distance and it's just so pretty. Like, I really love this spot. And then I also have the windows open in the house to air everything out, but then also the kitties get to sniff the fresh air, which is one of their favorite pastimes. The laundry is done, and you know what that means. Time to hang it out to dry in February. That is so weird to say. And I've got to say, as someone who has been sick of winter for the first time probably ever in my life, I'm very happy to see the sun and see the snow melt. Plus, I absolutely love my clothesline, but my clothesline looks quite dreadful right now. If you want to see how it looks so much prettier like in the spring and summer surrounded by lilac bushes, I will link to a video of me hanging laundry in the summertime. Anyway, I got this lovely new duvet cover from Ownkoti, who kindly gifted it to me, and they are sponsoring today's video. This is my third time working with Ownkoti because I absolutely love their products. They sell the cutest vintage-inspired items with lots of retro floral prints, which I'm a big sucker for. When I saw this burnt orange floral duvet cover, I thought it would be perfect for my 70s wood paneled bedroom. It's a duvet cover and then 2 matching pillow shams, and I got it in a queen size for my bed. I already have a duvet insert, but I've only ever had one duvet cover to go with it, so I'm really excited to have a new one. The one I had before is very springy and summery, and I've been looking for one that has more of a fall and winter theme, and this one definitely fits the bill. I will have a link to the duvet cover in the description below, and if you use code Emily, then you'll get 15% off your purchase. Thank you to Ownkoti for sponsoring my channel. Then I have another craft project that I've wanted to do for 2 years now. I found this vintage crewel at an antique store for so cheap. Only $5 because it had a bunch of writing around the edges of it with Sharpie. I really want vintage crewels, and I've had like no luck finding them anywhere, or when I do find them, they are super expensive, so I decided to buy it in hopes that I could make it look better. There was no way that I was going to try to wash it because I did not want to run the risk of washing the embroidery and it would bleed everywhere and become a hot mess. So instead, I bought a smaller frame at a thrift store for it so that I could reframe it without the edges showing. I wrapped the fabric around the glass portion of the frame and then I pulled it taut on each edge. Then I wanted to hot glue the back in place and hold it all in together. And then while I'm at it, I have another vintage crewel that I got at a thrift store actually, which I love, but like the frayed edges keep showing whenever I hang it up and it really bugs me, so I never hang it. So let's fix that too. I hot glued it all in place and now you can't even see the scribbles on the sides, so that makes me really happy. Now I can hang these up and I'm thinking they'll go in my living room above my couch. Then lastly, I said I had 3 crafts, which I did, but this is, I guess, my 4th one. I have had this half-finished granny square pillow in my closet for 2 years. I had the front portion done, but I hadn't finished the back, and I've never done a crochet pillow before. So because I didn't really know how to finish the back, I just never finished it. And I will link to the YouTube video where I learned how to make these granny daisy square thingies because I could not have done it without that YouTube video, so I will link to it. I am not good at crochet, like at all, but the YouTube video, when you do it step by step, it makes it a lot easier, and that's like the only way I was able to do this. Anyway, I went to a craft community meetup thing at a used bookstore, and I decided to bring my pillow because it would force me to work on it, and it was so fun. Like, I got to socialize and meet other crafty people. I got to look at used books, and then I also happened to be right by these like master crocheters, and they helped me figure out how to finish the back. Like they showed me how to connect these 2 edges. And so I finished my pillow finally. So this is the final product. I think it is so pretty. And I got the inspiration to do this from Awesam. She's an Instagram influencer and she made a scarf out of this daisy granny square stuff. And then I did the same. I also have a scarf like it too. And I liked it so much I wanted to make a pillow. It feels so good to get so many half-finished projects done. I didn't get all of them done. I still have a half-finished vintage sheet quilt. I'm making a queen quilt, which is huge. I have the quilt top done, which is always the most fun part. And then the binding is the worst. So I have to do that. And then I also have a skirt that I'm making from scratch, so I'm halfway done with that. Let me know if you liked these type of videos where I do craft projects, but I am glad that I could come up with a video to do in the winter while I'm sick. So thank you for your patience and thank you for being willing to listen to me even if I sound stuffed up. What have you been doing this winter to keep yourself occupied? Have you been doing any craft projects? Are you sick? If you are, I am thinking of you. Let me know how you're doing, friends, in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I gotta go turn my video off. Come on.